Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode. This is episode 1.5 and I'll explain that in a minute. First, I want to say thanks for all the responses and feedback on episode 1 for the CR250. Really, you guys are amazing. I didn't expect that much traffic coming in and a lot of pickup on the speed for the channel. So thanks for all the suggestions. Thanks for the feedback and the comments and everything. I really appreciate it. So this is episode 1.5. It's not a full episode because I didn't really plan this episode out, and I'll explain why. So I went to the Tomahawk Cup 2016, so that was in September, like the last week of September, and raced out there. If you haven't seen the video already, check it out. It was an awesome battle in the variated class and unlimited class, so check out those videos of my onboard camera. I'm going to be making like a full edit about the whole event at some point. I'm waiting for some video footage to come in from some other sources and stuff, so whether or not that comes through, whatever, there'll be a video coming out probably within the next month or so. But went out there. You guys saw me vlogging while I was out there on the CR250, and I did some track laps with it. And the next day, right after that video, I was riding around. I was actually getting really confident with the bike, and all of a sudden, seized up. So pulled it apart, and lo and behold, the crank bearing needle actually exploded inside. So it trashed the whole thing, and it kind of woke me up to the fact that I didn't go and double check that everything was great inside of the engine before I started riding it pretty hard. So lesson learned, if you're getting a used bike from someone who you don't trust as much, you should probably go and double check that the oil is all changed up and that there's actually premix in the gas, and your crank bearings are going to blow up on you. So today's episode is just like a brief rebuild, not so much of a full rebuild kind of thing, because there's already a bunch of videos out on YouTube that are really good about taking out the engine and stuff. So let's just go through this really quick for this half episode, and on the next episode we will be going through and actually changing more aspects of the bike. Not sure yet what we're going to be doing, but maybe some exhaust, maybe keep the Supermoto look for a little while, so modify some things to make it more Supermoto-ish. I don't know, who knows, we'll find out the next episode, but for now, let's do the rebuild. So with any engine rebuild where you remove the engine, you're going to have to start with the engine headstay. This is very difficult to do with one hand, so I suggest using two hands to do this task. Next, you're going to go through and remove all of the head bolts and nuts. Again, difficult to do with one hand, but doable. These aren't too tight, as unlike the head stay. And once you get the head off, you can kind of assess what kind of damage you have. Here I noticed that something broke apart and just decided to pepper spray all the internals. So we're going to go and remove the bolts on the bottom, and then we will go in and see exactly what is going on in this cylinder. Jesus Christ, that is a lot of metal shavings. So a full rebuild is definitely in order. We don't want that inside. So if you're curious, the bearing inside of the crankshaft right here is what's broken, and that's pretty much what destroyed the whole thing. You don't want up and down play. That means you kind of want to rebuild everything, so, or at least remove the crankshaft. And here are the engine cases all taken apart. All of the pieces are cleaned off, and brand new bearings, seals, crankshaft, pretty much anything that goes inside of the engine is all replaced except for the transmission itself. The transmission was surprisingly good. Here we had to re-weld part of the case because I was an idiot trying to pull out the crankshaft and those bearings were just seized right in there. So broke part of the case, got it welded up. Putting in brand new Hinson steel clutch plates. Now these clutch plates, they're beneficial because opposed to the aluminum is going to wear out a lot faster and then make the oil and the transmission black, leading to shorter lifespan. The steel plates, little longer lifespan, less black oil, less rebuilds, and also adds a little bit of a flywheel effect. So if you don't have a tool to hold down the inner clutch bell, you can make a tool like this. This is costing me around $5-6. It's just a piece of steel, right angle with a bunch of holes in it. So you can cut a piece off and make that kind of angle there, and you'll be able to bolt in the tool onto the inner clutch bell, and then you can remove the clutch nut that's inside. One last thing that you should double check, even if you aren't doing a full rebuild, you should check your power valves. Make sure these are clean. It should be perfect looking, not like this power valve here. It is gross and disgusting. So remove all the carbon, get it cleaned up, and you should be good to go. Finally, I'm dropping in a brand new 2001 CR250 cylinder. This is OEM, straight out of the factory. Probably the best one that you can get. I hear has the best broad range power, so we'll find out once it's all put together. And finally, here is all the crap and crud that's inside of the engine previously. One of the seized up crankshaft bearings definitely needed a rebuild. And hopefully if everything's all good, it'll start right up. Alrighty guys, so the CR250 is back together and running pretty damn good. I'm just going to go through a few more things off camera, just replace the clutches and do a little bit more modification internally, make sure everything is running perfectly. So that's it for today's episode, half episode. Really, thanks for watching. Leave some more comments. I love hearing you guys slam me about my inability to do certain things, but I love it. I love it. So again, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, share, whatever, all that stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.